Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone is having a good day today. So right here we have the Jeep Gladiator, and I'm just going through some of the customizations to show you guys what kind of stuff you can put on it. So the gearbox doesn't really give you an explanation of what it does, and then the low center of gravity setup is what I went with for suspension. Excuse me, because I assumed that would be the most flexy suspension out of all of them. And I was kind of disappointed at first with these tires because I thought you could only do 37s, and then I scrolled down a little bit and realized you could go up to a 40, which was pretty sick. Sorry if you can hear that helicopter in the background. It's flying over my house. Yeah, there's quite a bit of tire options though for this thing. It's pretty sick. I went with the Trepadors just because they have a beefy sidewall, a lot of traction on the sidewall. Went with the dual tire racks. You never know when you're going to need tires. This thing has quite a bit of upgrades though. I did the angry eyes, but you probably won't even be able to see them when you're out driving around. And it's cool that you can put a gooseneck hitch in this thing to gooseneck trailers. And then you could do like a overlanding build if you wanted to. Bring some kayaks to the lake. The top options for this Jeep are pretty sick too. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this Jeep so far. Make sure to smash that like button. I just stuck with the primary hood. Didn't really see a reason for it to be black. And you can have a lot of fuel add-ons, so you can drive this Jeep for a long time before you run out of fuel. Or you could use it as like a scouting support vehicle. I went the black grill and black fenders because I thought it looked pretty cool. I was going back and forth between the stock doors and the tube doors. They both look really good on the Jeep. Some interesting wheel options for this thing too. I just went with the first one. I like black rims. And then it was hard to choose a color just because there's a lot of color options and they all look pretty decent on the Jeep. And then I found these camo options, and I've never used camo option paint jobs for vehicles, but really fit this Jeep. And especially with the roof rack and repair points on the top, it matched pretty good. Let me know if you want to see these customizations in the beginning of the video or the end, or if you'd rather just see me driving right off the bat. Can change things up a little bit. And then obviously we got to do the flex test with this thing. I should have changed the thing to daytime though, before I did this. So make sure to turn your brightness up if you can't see that well. But I would say this thing has a proper, insane amount of flex. So you could pretty much take this thing on any trails. And I always do it backwards too. Just to show you different angles. I want to say this is the first time I've used this Jeep, but I'm not sure. I feel like maybe I've used it before, but I'm not 100% sure. There we go. Now you can see a little better. So we were on TNB Trails too, by the way. Map mod. Let's take this thing to the trail and see what it does. And it's got like, I put the Hell Kitty engine in there. It's supposed to be like a supercharger, but it kind of sounds weird sometimes. And then I want to go up a different trail because I always go take a right out of the shop instead of going to the left. There's some pretty cool trails over this way too. This thing does sound pretty good though.
Bruh.
Also, let me know down in the comments down below if you want me to talk more or less, or if you want to hear the engine more. Alright, let's see what this thing has. So the turning radius isn't that great, but you can just drive it anywhere, and I just backed up. Start off on the trail. I'm gonna start using this trail more often too, because it's a pretty cool trail. I think the crawl is pretty good too. The only thing I don't like about these Gladiators is that the wheelbase is really long. So doing stuff like this, it tends to get high centered. And this part right here was super steep. And then I ended up flipping backwards. Tried to catch myself, but it didn't work out. It ended up flipping back on its wheels anyways, which was helpful. But I was facing the wrong way. And then we tried this spot again and it was still struggling. I tried to put it high and go up. I probably would have made it, but I wanted to stall out because I didn't have enough wheel speed going. I was giving her hell though. I wanted to see if it would make it go by itself. There's some other crawling walls that would probably crawl right up that, but take some of these spots low and slow. Watch the suspension. suspension articulate. Trying to crawl those rocks, but my front end kept sliding to the left. As you can see, I didn't want to fall off the cliff. And right here was super annoying because the sun was like shining right in my eyes. I was trying to make it so you guys didn't have to deal with that. And I couldn't really see the trail. So I was trying to like look down and around at the same time. Pretty realistic though, because if that was real life, then you blinded anyways. Hope you're still on the trail when you're driving up. Now I wanted to check the map just to see where these trails went, because I don't take them that often. Decided to go to the left. It looks like it was going up the mountain instead of to the right, back down to the road. Some of the spots like coming down is just super steep. Put it in like low 1 or low 2 zone. Flip. Damage your suspension parts. Some of these low ones are super deep too. Not necessarily the high ones, but like coming out of it, you just put it and just spin the tires. Don't get mud everywhere. It's so realistic, I love it. There's some really cool views on this trail too. Right here, I wasn't sure what the trail was doing, so I just went around to the left. Then it ended up being switched back to the right. Took that whole corner detour. This was a cool spot up here because you can see the whole map. Pretty cool looking. Down there to the right of that lake is where the garage is at, where we came from. That spot's coming down a little too fast, so I put it to a lower gear. And then right here has a sick view. There's dunes down there to the left. And you can see like almost the whole map. Out there to the right is where I usually go out to the trails on this map. Let me know what other kind of vehicles I should try and take on this trail. just cruising. It's a fun Jeep to use though. I like the sound of it too. It does sound cool sometimes too with that whine, like in low 3 when you're climbing up stuff. It doesn't sound super realistic, but the concept of it is pretty cool. And I'll leave the list of mods that I'm using in the description below. And I'm on console, by the way, too, so if you're on console, you can replicate this. This little section was pretty fun. Just put it in low 1 and let this thing just crawl up this. Let the suspension work. Trying to find some grip. This thing will probably crawl up anything as long as you pick the right lines and don't get high centered. And the trail to the left right here looked super fun. So I was like, hey, let's go down it. And it ended up being just a muddy mess. You can see that it almost flipped right there because it dropped down that I couldn't see. But the wheels and stuff will start sinking on this trail. Tried to jump it right there, but I didn't want to do it. I was just hauling because it was just a dirty, muddy mess. Make sure to stay till the very end and subscribe, like, and comment. Hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you on the next one.